do the intro?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Why not? Hey, and welcome to a new live stream here from the Karchak studio in Germany.
Headquarters.
Yes,
Karchak
the
headquarters
center of
in Germany.
chaos. Yes.
Yeah.
We are getting closer and closer to our upcoming season of conventions. I'm really excited. There's so much more to do until we can finally go to the German convention where you're going. I will join you for one day. And then I will head over to Magic Live in Las Vegas. So if you are also going there or to the German one, see you there, would be awesome. And yeah, here we go. Today we have a very interesting topic. And we have some friends here from our German stream again. Sorry, we have to say this. An hour ago, we did the same thing here in the German stream. And we talked about forcing methods, easy to do forcing methods. So far, I hope several people liked it. And we tried a very interesting topic here with that we will show you later on as well, I guess. Maybe with another twist as well.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe.
And unfortunately, we ran out of time. We just wanted to give you the explanation on the stream,
but for some weird reason, the stream just stopped. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Someone pushed a button. Or I have no idea.
Sometimes, But so we don't want to do this one more time. This would be stupid, right? No. This time we will definitely want to.
Oh, this was really new to me. I have never heard about that.
That's
great.
I told you. Was that a cool message?
Yeah.
Oh, you missed it again.
Not again.
No. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Maybe.
You might find out how we did it
Yeah.
and what we did. I mean, here now we are in the English YouTube stream, and you don't have to see the German one without understanding German. Happy to have you here, and it would be awesome if you would stay. Let's try something, because we did not try this yet. Here comes the English one. If you like and want to subscribe here, like the video, go subscribe to the channel and click the bell so that you get notified next week when we will do the explanation of the trailer. No, to get the next one. Exactly. No, it's really, really, really funny. Sorry to be that funny at all. We usually try to bring you some insights, some routines from other books, and so on and so on. And today we selected one great book. It's from Nick Trost. Actually, I had another one here as well that we ran out of time in the German stream, so we did not go through this one. Maybe it's good for next week, or we will see how far we get here in this English YouTube stream.
I think it's for next week. But I think one essential thing, we forgot to mention the name of the effect in the German stream, I guess.
No, we did. I told that this is the Gemini twins.
Okay,
yes.
Great.
So today we are talking about one of the effects of this book here. That is Nick Trost's Subtle Card Creations. It's an awesome book, volume 4, that I grabbed from Magic Dealer when I was at a convention. And I just randomly picked up, opened up one page to check which routine would that be. I loved it so much.
This was exactly the first thing my eye went on. I opened the book, I saw the same thing. You were, let's say, outside.
Maybe I broke it already in there.
No, I just opened it and I saw the name. I was like,
okay, let's
try it.
Yeah,
let's try it.
Yes.
581 and
we could have been Gemini.
Yeah.
What the trick is, it's called the Gemini twins. Ooh, was that good?
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Now,
you're professional.
and when we went through the routine, first of all, we have to say English is not our mother language. So reading English instructions is always kind of a challenge. Let's say German instructions as well.
Yeah, German. So I think the main challenge here.
Even my own ones, when I go back to old routines from back then, it's like,
I write stuff down of my own ideas, and I do it in English. For some weird reason, I write my ideas down in English.
Good.
But sometimes it's like, what the hell did I want to sell myself? I have no idea. But today we show you the trick that Christian mentioned, and we are going to explain it. But before that, let's just go a little bit into the topic of the day, which is classic forces in general. And we were discussing beforehand which forces we want to show and which ones we wanted to mention today. we picked a lot of forces that are very easy to do, and you can do it with beginner level, but we also want to have a short moment to talk about the classic force, right? Just to mention it, because it's from my side and on my opinion, this is the best force, and you should really get into it. The classic force is mainly you force a card out of a deck of playing cards, and it looks so natural to the spectator. So I think you really should, you should practice this a little bit, so you can get used to it. And my little tip would be force every card with the classic force, even if it's not necessary. Yeah,
I can tell you that Paul Potassi, who was full-time professional, very successful magician here in Germany, worked worldwide in different languages. He told me in secret that every card that was ever picked in his whole life was always a forced card, always. And when I then watched old material from the 70s, I checked and I thought, wow, that is cool. It's really true. Yeah. It's no need for nothing. He never needed the card itself. He just did it, and so he got used to this, and why not do it?
And it takes away the fear of it. I know a lot of people are afraid of trying the classic force. It was, for me, myself, in the beginning, the same.
Oh, we have to explain. When we talk about forcing a card, we are not taking anything here with Johnny Depp and the other one. That's another kind of force. Okay. We are not talking of this. Yeah. We are talking about putting a card,
playing card,
seemingly freely chosen card of a spectator, in a way into his hand that we decided that this should be the card he would pick.
Exactly, and the spectator thinks it was a free choice. That's the best case if this happens.
No, it is the only case to force a card.
That's the only
If it's not, then it's not a force.
That's true. Yeah.
But certainly, if you are already a magician or started doing magic and came across so many routines, most of them say force your card in your favorite method.
Your favorite method, yeah.
That is a very good one. That always is like, damn, what is my favorite method? There is none, because I always struggle. So yeah, we have several methods, and maybe one of those will be the favorite one in the future.
Right.
And if not, we have a lot more. Because we would also point you to someone else who is teaching you forces, etc., and other great routines.
Right. So, but let's before we go into more detail, let's do a little effect, and the one that we were talking about earlier, like the, what was it, Gemini
twins.
Gemini twins.
Is it Gemini? I think it's Gemini.
Gemini.
Twins.
I have no idea.
For us it's Gemini, but anyhow.
It's the thing with the two same people. Okay, guys. So
twins.
Exactly. So we show you the routine first, and then afterwards we give you an explanation about how this one works, and it's a pretty easy one. So Christian, also let me just give it a quick shuffle here, just to make sure it's all mixed up, right?
Yeah.
So there we go. Okay. So I would ask you to.
Can I check?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, good enough for me.
Okay, nice. So I would ask you to pick up a little pile and turn it over, flip it over, and put it back on top of the deck.
I'll do this right here.
Like this?
Okay.
Okay. So now I would ask you to dig a little bit deeper, take another pile, and turn it over and put it on top of the deck again. Nice! Nicely done. So now you've stopped at 2 cards, or you have stopped at cards there, right? So I'm going to lift them up. You just stopped here, right?
Yeah.
This was your free choice.
Yeah.
But since it's just the two of us here, let's imagine the spectators are also here. I put one card here and one card over here.
Perfect.
Is that okay for you?
Absolutely.
All right. So now I would say let's play a little game of intuition. Or so. Yeah. I would deal down cards like this, and you stop me whenever you feel the partner card of this card might or might not be there. Just say stop whenever you want.
You're very slowly. Just want to. Okay. No. No. Yes.
There.
Yes.
Okay. Let's put the card here. What is it? The Queen of Clubs.
Okay.
The Queen of Clubs. Okay. Like this, right? Put it back together. And
talking about force. The club. No, anyhow, that's another story.
We do the same thing again. Deal down cards. You could do this with another spectator, right? You go through the cards, say stop whenever you want.
And stop.
Yep.
Yep.
So let's put the ace of hearts there. Nice. Very nice. So if everything worked out, now let me try to find the perfect spot for this.
We always struggle a little bit. Maybe we should zoom out a little bit next time.
Let's see. So we have two cards here, right? We have these two, and we have these two. And you marked two spots in the deck, right?
Okay.
And how crazy would it be? These two cards would match the same partner card. So it's awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. I have no idea how you did this, but you did it very well.
Yeah, and now you will explain what you don't know.
Exactly. Now we
how to do this. By the way, we are doing an instant reset right now, and we are back to do this one more time again.
Yeah, nice.
Right?
Very, very nice. Yeah, it's
because
easy.
That's your setup.
It's a nice thing. I really like the force. So if you did not know yet, there's a force in play. It's called the Hammond Flip-Flop force, which basically says, let's go through it. So what you need is in setup. You have 4 cards like this. You have the 2 black queens and the 2 red aces.
Whatever it would be, you put the partner card in the center and then the other ones on the outside. So
exactly.
It's not,
and you put it like this on top of the deck, and that's your setup, and you can start from there. So the first thing you do is the flip-flop force. You take a pile like not too big, let's say like 1/3 or 1/4 of the deck, and rotate it, turn it over. And then you ask your spectator again to take a bigger pile. It must be deeper than it's self-explanatory, I think. It must be deeper than the one that you have rotated before, and to turn it over again. And what now happened is you have
actually, you can spread the whole deck. What really happened? Because sometimes people get kind of confused. What really happens? So can you see everything?
What you have done now is basically you brought the top cards down to here. And
no, but for the spectator, it's like turning upside down, face up. But in the end, you only have 2 sections: one that is face up, and one section that is face down. Whatever method you use for them, it is like, okay, I mixed up, face down, whatsoever, and we are looking for the first separation there.
Exactly. So,
but what really happened is
you brought the top cards somewhere in the middle. And for the spectator, it looks like it's somewhere from the middle of the deck.
Yeah, but in the end, you controlled exactly the first face-down card, because that's the one that was firmly at the top of the whole pack.
Exactly. And what you do now is, first step, you take the face-up cards with your right hand and take the first both 2 face-down cards, which are the Queen of Clubs and the Ace of Hearts in this case, and put the one card to the first spectator, the other one to the second one. And meanwhile, while you are doing this, you grab a pinky break under the top card, just the one top card, which is the Ace of Diamonds in this case.
The one that is waiting.
Yeah, it's there, right? So you take a pinky break, get your break there, and then what you do is you turn this pile over, put it on top, and grab with. So you grab under the pinky break with the Ace of Diamonds and give it a cut, so the Ace of Diamonds is on the bottom of the deck, and the other Queen of Spades is on top of the deck. So what you do now,
it looks for the spectator that all you did was to bring this deck back into the order how it should be, all cards face down. So when you flip those one over, you're stealing one card away, but for them it is just flipping over, putting it underneath, that's it.
Exactly. And if you want, from this point on, you can let the spectator do everything himself. So what you do now is you deal down cards, or the spectator deals down cards himself. And whenever he wants to say stop, please stop.
But by the way, the first, as this was the first, the top card, you're bringing it now to the bottom for the second phase.
Exactly. Yeah. You use this on the second time. So you said stop, for example, on this, turn over the Ace of Hearts, put it in there, boom. And now it's important to place the Ace of Diamonds on top like this. So you have the ace of diamonds in place, and what you do now is
exactly the same thing again.
Exactly, but for the spectator, it looks really, really free. He stops somewhere wherever he wants. Let's say there. You take the other cards, place it there, and everything's done.
And this is really, really a big classic that goes back into, let me say it.
And then you have the two cards that are on top are the matching cards that need to be. Yeah.
Yes. And what I like about books is that they always give a great. They should. They have all the references, where to find the original, what it is based on, etc., etc. And he says, he gives a quote that this is from Herb Runge's Hidden Mystery, which appeared in the Jinx number 83 on March in 1940. So really an old classic. And so that was the first method ever using this the first effect using this method, and it's super strong. A lot of performers are using this. A lot of effects are released using this method.
Yeah.
With one card on bottom, one on
with
top,
maybe
and
different
doing
handling
this.
or so.
Absolutely.
And,
Leonard Green is doing it. What's his name? Of Cupid. No, Pitt Hartling, sure. And I'm 100% sure that a lot of other magicians with the memorized stack, etc., can also use this. It's just such a classic, an awesome winner, and you should put this into your repertoire, and you might come up with other ideas. And here come now the other ideas. First of all, is the Hammond Flip-Flop Force the only one you could do for this special effect? And that's when we started thinking about, wouldn't it be an interesting topic to come up with other presentation ideas to do the same thing?
But I think I like the Flip-Flop Force because I think it's easy to do it's done in the spectator's hands, and this is one thing I always prefer when I'm doing Magic. So I think the spectator always has in its own mind the feeling of he controlled everything, and that makes it even stronger. At least this is what I think.
Cutting is always something, where a lot of people believe that everything that they did is fair, because when you handle the deck of cards, you could control better and more, and therefore all cards, everything. And here's the thing: it took me months until when I started doing Magic, understanding that actually nothing really happens when I'm putting when I'm doing a cut. It's just putting the stack into a different position. Yeah. But all the order of the card is never touched. But even this one is for most late
it's
people.
Totally fooling. If you do one cut, the whole deck is in a different order. That's just true.
They just believe it like that. And here we come to some other forces that should be explained before we come to the classic force.
We do. Let's start with the Crisscross Force, which is I think often underestimated. I don't really do it that often, to be honest. But I think it's really underestimated, and the Crisscross Force is very easy to do. So let's say you, Christian, take a pile somewhere in the middle, place it beside there, and mark it with this one. Put this one, like this on top. Okay. So now
that's why it's called crisscross,
right?
Whatever.
You can do it like however you want. Now it's important to give a little bit of time misdirection to talk with Christian, so he's not really attached to what happened there anymore. If you have a little bit of time passing by, let's say, so you were free to choose. You picked up a deck. You did all the decisions, right?
Yeah.
Let's say where you cut to, and if you then turn the card over, it's the card that you have chosen beforehand. So this is a really strong force. I think it's often underestimated because of its easiness,
simplicity.
And simplicity, right?
Yeah.
I have to say I don't really use that often. I have a little bit of a bonus if you want to fool magicians sometimes with it. You can let me just really quick tell you. You can place another card on top of the forced card and say, let's we have a deck here, but just in case, take the top card, burn it in the middle, and the bottom card as well, so nobody knows what cards are there. So that's just a little add-on to make it a little bit more deceiving. Deceiving.
Absolutely.
And, you can do it if you want to. Feel free.
Awesome.
Yep.
So that's the Crisscross Force. Don't underestimate it.
There's one more thing. Our friend Christian Grace has a really nice chapter of it's called Crisscross Considerations on his Magic Monthly. You should definitely check this out. This is a great addition to the Crisscross Force. There are some ideas taught how you can make it even more convincing and really with detail, and so you should really check it out. Yeah, that's nice.
And the cool thing is Christian Grace is picking up classics as well, plus he's adding so much more details. There are forces explained, super strong, great routines, and really in depth. And if you go to this website that I'm showing you right now, then check out all the comments from all the big names in Magic. They really are raving about what Christian is doing.
Yeah.
And here's the cool thing: if you are using this link, we arranged an affiliate link with him, and if you then go there and use the promotion code Magic10, it's also in the video description here that you can find, also the link. Then you get a 10% discount on all monthly payments, and the payment is it's less than $20, I think, and you get two big new effects every month.
Every month, right? And
there's already a long list of
each
stuff
one
he
is
already
totally
did.
worth it. Just check it out, and you will not be disappointed.
Oh my God! Only the Switch is already
there's so much good
then
stuff.
The Force with the spread and etc. There's small subtleties that are so convincing. So much improvement. Philo is using several of those.
Yeah, me too.
And he's really a cool guy to learn from, really. So we can highly recommend it. And here we go. That was our advertisement block. Certainly with the affiliate link, we get a small little percentage. You get as well the 10% off. So I think it's a win-win for everybody. Have fun with it. But it's not for us with a small little percentage. Is really a recommendation coming from our hearts.
Highly recommended, deeply, honestly, from ourselves. I'm in there as well, and I really love it.
Yeah. So after seeing the Crisscross Force, there is certainly some other names we should mention, and the next one would be the Slip Force.
The Slip Force, right. So there, as we saw in the German stream, there are two different variations of it. We are both, I think, not really sure which one is the original Slip Force. There are two ways to do it. Let's say you have, again, your forced card on top, and what you would do is you pick up a little pile, but you, with your thumb, you stick to the top card and just peel it off to the other stack and or to the other pile, and then you can give it to the spectator and say that was your card. This is one idea, and the other one is like, as Christian has shown, you do the same thing like a little bit with the Riffle Force. This is the Riffle Slip Force. I have no idea, honestly. You do the same thing, but this time with your fingers. You lift off the pile and keep contact to the top card and peel it down there like this, and you can then show the card. That is your
what is a nice way to do this when you are on stage and need the distance, or you have the distance, and so that someone really has the idea of having a free choice while you're riffling through and saying, okay, say stop whenever you like. Are you happy with this selection here? And now you can show that this one it isn't, but this one drop down. And the other one that you are doing is was it like this?
Yeah, like so.
What is nice about this is then you can immediately drop it onto the table, like going from there.
Yeah, you would riffle through there as well beforehand.
Okay. So but going into the second motion and just leave the card there.
Or this would also be a little bit of a get into for the next force that we have there, the Riffle Force. You could use it for this.
Yeah.
So let's say you want. So my idea was you riffle through there, and then let's say you start with the Riffle Force. The Riffle Force is essentially you force the same card as well on top. Let's say the 8 of diamonds, but you give it a swing cut beforehand, and you keep a little break between the cards there.
A little
is a little bit of
it's huge. The nice thing is that when you do it right, it's gigantic on the back, and invisible on the front.
Yeah, it's
so that's
it's
where you
almost
keep the
important.
cards exactly. So everything is just visible from behind.
And then you riffle through there. You can say, tell me
step
whenever you want. You go in there and lift off everything above the break, and then you can show the 8 of diamonds. Be your selection, freely chosen selection.
Very often used. Maybe often overused. So don't do it all the time.
Right.
Switch between several forces so that not every time it looks the same.
I use it.
And people are catching you sometime. So when you're mixing methods, then definitely it's better.
You should always mix up. Yeah, you should always mix up. I only use the Riffle Force when an effect requires it. There's few that needs to be. Maybe there are different ways to do it, but I do it with the Riffle Force then. And that's the only time I use it.
Yeah. For instance, if you watch something like a routine from Doc Eason where he's forcing 4, 5, 6 cards onto different people, you don't want to have it always the same time. So he's also mixing it a lot.
It's getting repetitive, and repetitive is boring.
Yeah, absolutely. And they are now aware of where to look for. Maybe there is something to see.
Right.
And when you mix and change something,
it's like a little workshop then. So mix it up.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we were mixing up things with a riffle that is now, what was it called, the Dribble Force.
The Dribble Force. Yeah, the Dribble Force is something I don't really do because it was never really reliable to me. But yeah.
Well, you when you go to the say if you have a break again, like so. But then you would riffle and then stop there.
Yeah, but for me,
it
always looked unnatural. So that was the reason why I did not use it. It was always like a little bit of... It never felt natural to me.
And to make it look natural, you have to train it a lot.
Right.
And maybe it is good for some. Maybe some have good fingers for this special method. Because sometimes every move feels a little bit different to you than to me.
The main problem I always had with this, my break... for this looks always like this, and you can't have anyone stand on your left side there. So I was never like I can use this reliably. So I got away from this.
Yeah. Okay.
That was my problem with it.
And there are so many other forces available, so maybe you don't need it, but you can also give it a try.
It looks good. It looks really fair. Yeah. If you can do it, it looks really fair. Maybe I do it wrong, but I never had the interest in giving time into this. But maybe I should.
What is also interesting, it is also something where you are waiting for a specific moment that happens, because it's not like you are doing something and then you stop. You ask them to stop you. And if you now have a spectator who says nothing and you're just continuing and you're losing the point, then you're really getting into trouble, or you're dropping them one by one just to wait. So there might be a spectator who wants to trick you, and then you're looking totally unnatural, and then you're screwed. So
I'm pretty sure there are people out there who can do this perfectly. It's not just for me. Honestly, but there are different choices.
There's more risk on it,
yeah.
And here comes the thing with the risk. Talking about the Classic Force, that's it has a name, Classic Force, because that's the best or most convincing force that exists, but it's also one of the highest level.
Yeah,
because here we have an ungimmicked deck of cards. And you want to go through a deck of cards, and they can touch, pick, whatsoever.
Pick a card.
And out of 52, I have seen magicians doing this over and over again. And even then, what is really interesting, they know when they do this for other magicians. The magicians try now to make it impossible for him to force the card on you, and it's a kind of a challenge. It's like a game that you go through. I know you want to force a card on me, and so you're stopping. You are not doing it immediately when you say so, etc. And this is sometimes a great challenge, because I have seen people who did this over and over to me, And I was thinking this is
impossible,
now
right?
this is now impossible because I did not take the one where they said, so they are really so high level already, knowing exactly my psychology behind it, what now happens next, and now I really want to be late, and now I want to be early, etc. And they just do it over and over again, and I had no idea how I did it. Really, well, then you see an experience of years, right?
Absolutely, you need this.
Yeah. So how to do this without screwing up or without the big fear of forcing a classic classically. And this is, if you do it without needing it, that's the way to do it.
There's no pressure on you. You can try it and try it and try it. And if it fails, it fails. And there's nothing you have to worry about. Best thing to me. That changed everything for me with the Classic Force.
Did it?
Yeah, it did.
Wow.
Yeah. I was also afraid, like many of you guys as well, so to use the Crisscross Force, because I always was afraid of what happens if, and I have out, but what happens, and what happens if it is the next time, and it goes wrong, and you're getting more afraid every time it fails, and so.
Yeah.
And then, you do it without pressure, and then at some point you find out it mostly always works. Yeah. So if you get used to it,
get flight time, and it's like being an airplane pilot in a simulator. You are trying everything to break the whole airplane in all kinds of ways of storm and an engine that doesn't run, etc. And you're getting out there and do the same with the Classic Force. Try everything to screw up and get some mileage on it, so that you will find out that you can control more and more the spectators.
Yeah.
And there is one way of doing it in a way that that Mark Mason does, where he goes through a deck of cards and give me a finger. So he will show that all the cards are different, and then point exactly. Mm-hmm. So I would not let him pick a card, but I'm coming then up, moving up the whole stack and forcing exactly the cards under his finger.
And there are two things that work from the psychological point of view. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Why this works is the spectator thinks the card comes from the middle, and obviously you can't really know a card that from the middle, and that's the reason why he is also okay with a card that he was pointed to. Like, that's another thing.
So give it a try, and have two different routines that you would do: one with the Force that works, and one with the Force that doesn't. There are millions out there, as you know. If a card is chosen, just pick a card.
Yeah.
And this would be the card to go with, where you have no idea which one it is. Why not do it? That's definitely working.
Yep.
Now I think we should do one more thing. Did we already talk about all this here? I think so. We spoke about this one. With the breather.
With the breather. Oh yeah, with the breather crimp. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah. Also, one cool idea of Christian Grace, something that he will explain you in his Magic Monthly, where he's even using the breather for the Crisscross Force.
Yeah, Crisscross Considerations. Go check it out. It's totally worth it.
If you really want, I mean, it's good for lay people. But actually, it's even cooler if you want to fool your friends, magic friends,
magicians.
Yeah, totally. Because you can do a crisscross. Everybody will now. No, that's not a crisscross.
You can fool magicians with the Crisscross Force. This stands for itself.
Yes. And when Christian does it, you would 100% believe this is impossible. This could not have been a Crisscross Force.
That's true. Yeah.
So checking this one out is already worth it. But what is the breather crimp?
Yeah, the breather crimp is basically you take a card, put an X in it with your finger, with the fingers, and then you are able to lift up the cards, since it's a little bit bowed to the back side or to the front, whatever.
So it catches up some air and makes it a little bit easier when you would try to cut without too much pressure. So let's try this with the 10 of. I think there's no breather in it. So I'm doing it with the 10 of clubs right now. I'm putting a breather in. I'm doing a big one right now, but now this card is a little bit bent. You would see also that now it would spin here on top because there's a bow. Isn't that nice, huh?
Nice.
Yeah, because there's one kind of a bow in the center that allows you to spin this card. Now, when you are cutting this one into the pack, it looks totally normal, but if you then ask someone, are you right-handed, left-handed? you do it with right hand, there might be some issue. If you're doing with a weaker hand, that is the other one. It's more surefire if you ask a spectator doing it.
I found out a little bit of an addition is I always place it on top of the box because for some reason it makes it easier for the spectator to lift it up. Like,
well, then he gets deeper with his fingers because here he would only have the fingertips, while here he's now with his flesh. And you just, well, not for me. I'm just seeing it here, lifting it up, and I would go immediately to the 10 of clubs.
You could also do it like this. So you force the spectator to do it from the sides, and this is even more reliable.
Nice. Okay, so and this you can do as getting to the card itself.
Yeah.
When you put the bow on there to have the card spinning like this, but if you want to have the breather on the other side, then it would be like this. This time the bow is not here anymore. There is no way of doing it, but now the bow is here.
You just have to understand that this is not, if you let the spectator do it, it's not a 100% surefire method. At least that's what I think. Sometimes there are possibilities that this might went wrong, but you should also have.
But that's a nice thing. Now, if I'm doing it here, this would be now the card that gets the air, and it would be the card itself and not the one on the bottom. So you have to play around with the idea with the breather. And this is a way how to force cards. You can use it, you don't have to. Or if it doesn't work, then do something else. Yeah, again, like with all the other ones, just play around with the ideas and see how far we get.
Okay.
And now we have something very special one.
Christian has decided to show me a trick now. And I'm really curious what this might be. I have no idea, so I don't want to know. I didn't want to know beforehand. So I'm really as curious as you guys are. Do you want to see another trick? Let us know.
But this is something I don't know. Okay. Let's do this. I think the table is a little bit small, but I'll try anyhow. So we are placing the cards in a row of different cards. However, actually, no, we do this face down. I think it's too many kings here. We are doing it face down. Let's try this. And maybe we do this with that. That's better, right? That's really good for this. Perfect. So we are now placing the cards like so. We take 5 in a row and then do this 5 times over and over again.
Mm-hmm. I'm curious what is about to happen.
Me too. Now I did this with the overlap a little bit because of the table space, so I'm trying to separate it a little bit. Mm-hmm. Mark, this is now up to you, and let's do one more thing. Maybe I need a prediction here. Yeah. I go for this one. Yeah, I know. I have a prediction here. Okay. Now this is the prediction, right? Yeah. And some more space. I want you to select a row first. We will eliminate all the cards coming
what
down
you mean
to
by
one.
Row?
A row is this. This is no, that's a line, and this. What do I know? No, that's a column.
Whatever.
And a row.
Whatever you say. So
yes.
A row.
Yeah. Which one should we eliminate?
The one in the middle.
The one in the middle. So we are taking out all these cards down to this. Okay, go for it. Now pick a column.
Okay, the second one.
The second one. So we are eliminating all these cards here. Good. And another row.
This one.
Okay, good. We are getting there. Mm-hmm. And again, which column?
This one, yeah. Okay. I don't want it.
Done.
The top one.
Top one, not anymore there.
Mm-hmm. The middle one. The bottom one.
And then which one?
I want this one.
You want it, or you want to eliminate this?
I want it. I keep my finger on there.
Okay. And here's a prediction.
Okay.
If this card would now match the other one.
2 of spades.
That'd be cool.
Shut up!
But how cool is that?
Shut up.
Is that a great routine? It's pretty cool, right?
That is nice.
Should I explain it?
No.
Does it take too much time?
Yeah.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know.
But I think it's a great routine. By the way, this effect was given to me by Trevor Lewis years ago.
Yeah.
So maybe I will explain it later.
Yeah.
We should have released it as the trick name is called Matchmaker. I did all the instructions. We needed some special things for it. Anyhow, do you think you can do this as well, or maybe even faster a little bit?
I don't know. It's a little bit long, I think, sometimes.
You can do it better. Give it
maybe,
a try.
Maybe should I try?
It's all good. That's all good. Yeah.
What was that? The two of spades. Two of spades.
I put it somewhere into the center. So
I put a little bit of work in it, right?
Okay.
So two of spades somewhere in the center, you say? Shut up! That's it. Oh,
really good.
Oh, stop it.
Actually, this is exactly where we had to stop in the German stream.
How is this even possible?
Yeah, easy. You just do it. Magic. And now we have some spectators here, some magicians who really want to know how this was done, and that's exactly what we still have to explain. Louis, wait, show all cards. Exactly! Nobody asked that one. Well, you know what? Do it with your deck. Where's the other deck? I think. Yeah, I think it is.
I don't know.
Any other? Yeah, just try it one more time.
Two of spades?
Wait. We didn't show the cards to the guys.
Okay.
As you can see, right? Give me the best you can do.
You really challenged me today,
yeah,
Christian. You really challenged me. Okay, let's give it a last try for today, okay? I don't do another one.
Watch closely. Watch closely, guys.
It's it again. No way.
Very, very cool. Can you do with another card? Sure, we can.
Unbelievable.
Like that one.
Unbelievable.
I think it's time to give a solution to this.
I don't think so.
Still not?
I don't think so. I don't think that. I don't think so. I think you guys are clever and smart enough to figure that out, given the topic of today's stream. Honestly, and also I think
for both routines, right?
You know what?
For both routines.
Yeah, for both routines.
Yeah, I think the long one of me and the short one of you.
We explain it in the workshop.
Nice.
We do this in the workshops.
Yeah. The cool thing is here that it's just giving you an idea of what you should do. No loops, nothing.
Loops, yeah.
Oh, in the loops workshop we are explaining this trick. That makes sense. Would it be possible with the loop? I don't even know. Would it make sense? You don't? Do you loops?
Yeah, I use loops,
okay,
but I'm not sure what loops should do.
Louis wants a tip.
Louis wants a tip. Louis, okay. check out today's stream topic, and I'm pretty sure you will.
What other methods would be available to force a card? I would say on my first trick, there was no chance of missing it, and he was then using this deck. Mm-hmm. I think that's enough explanation.
Yeah, I think so.
I think this is already more than Penn would ever tell the guys on Fulas what they have seen. Mm-hmm. And you might figure it out. If you're a magician, you will figure this one out. It has nothing to do with an invisible deck invisible deck. And there's no rough. Well, let's do what is not. No magnets.
No magnets. No threads. No UV lights. No invisible ink. No.
Well, there is what is it called? A stooge involved.
Yeah. You guys as a stooge today? No.
Because we are both magicians, so we know what we are doing here.
Yeah. That's
so we talked. True, yeah. We talked a bit what we will do and how we want to fool you, and it's fun to do.
Yeah, and sometimes it's honestly to really say that sometimes it's good to be fooled as a magician. Keep that feeling. So I think a lot of great stuff is taken from us by not being fooled by as many things that we see. So stick to it and be happy about having seen something that fooled you, maybe or maybe not. But
so if you're doing this motion, how often do you hit? How often do you miss? Very lucky.
Mostly.
You mostly hit, right?
Yeah, mostly.
Any deck, any borrowed deck whatsoever.
There is a chance of not getting it.
But sometimes we are just lucky when we do on YouTube stream. There was no deck switch.
No deck switch.
It's only on the table. Actually, I think okay, we will explain you a little bit. That's easy. So we have a very special deck of cards. Let me do this here, and all it is